My name is Chef Rodell Reese, and I am an assistant to the chair of Department of Hospitality Management, and I am also a chef instructor for that department as well. So, the need for Agriculinary Academy, we're trying to fill a void that actually connected the students with what they were not like including into their bodies and how they can incorporate it and how they can actually incorporate it into their everyday lives and what they can influence and how it can help them overall, not necessarily just like what we are putting in the ground, what we are putting in our earths, but how is it actually incorporate into our bodies and how we can actually put it out to somebody else too. So what it does, it basically incorporates and gets the students down and dirty and the nitty gritty and basically gets them involved and actually learning the steps from the beginning to all the way up to how does it incorporate to go into like big fancy events like going to a sports arena or going to just a hotel if they want to work to the back of the house. And hospitality, like the areas are vast, so you can go anywhere you want to go in it. But then one of the things that people don't realize is the things that we do on an everyday basis, how it can be incorporated into what we do for the future or how it could be interpreted into a career path. We took students to Philadelphia to actually experience the different culture of the city as well as the culture of Aramark and what they're about because their headquarters is stationed there, as well as they had a chance to an opportunity to see the Philly Stadium and actually go through the Philly Stadium, see the behind the scenes, and actually look and see how like everyday people or everyday life or different parts of hospitality and what they do is how it's incorporated and what's happening and how they can actually branch out and actually expose themselves or how they can push forward or how they can move forward into the best path to their career or where they want to go or what they can incorporate it to. So one of the things that we did while we were there is looking behind the scenes to seeing how like the stadium flows, the stadium works, how you can actually go into the headquarters and see the different aspects of hospitality because Airmark is connected with everybody. So what they do is take little pieces of like stuff from other companies, put it together, and make the company flow like the way you want it to go. So based on your vision, that's how they work. But most people think in hospitality that we're just servants, that we're just there to serve you. We're just there to be there behind the scenes, or we're the maids, or we're the cooks, or we're the chefs. But the funny part is hospitality is service with a smile. So anything that we do that has a smile, anything that we have that we are giving you a service to, that is hospitality. So everything that we are incorporating with like the hibiscus or we're incorporating with like the farm to table aspect, anything that we are doing to move forward to that direction, is helping to increase basically service. Even my chef coat that I have on right now, the fibers that grow on the farm actually help to create the chef coat. The colors that are in the chef coat help to create that. Anything that we do, because basically everything that's on the farm is basically their artistry at work. And so we're just putting their artistry on a plate. And so if we can figure out how to connect those two and see the vision in our head and be able to expose it to everybody else, because we're just doing an edible art. That's the only difference. We're all artists. We just have to figure out our own pathway. It's important to be engaged with the farm and be able to see the different focus or the aspects of the farm and what they do every day. Because what happens on the farm is like we're hustling, we're bustling, we're putting our nitty gritty, we're putting our boots on the ground, as you could say, and basically and getting to work. So if we don't get to work, we don't put that effort out there, we don't like basically see what's going on in the ground and what's in the roots, then we'll never know what we're putting into our bodies. Yeah, so sorrel is one of those recipes that is good for celebration. It's good for the environment, and they actually focus it on the Caribbeans based on the African descent. So it's based in with hibiscus and ginger and a little bit of spice notes to it, and so everybody does it a little bit different. But it helps to overall enhance our bodies and actually uplift our bodies as well as our vitamin C levels, boost our immune systems, as well as lower our blood pressures and overall good health, because sorrel is one of those things that people underestimate the value or the power of it because they think, oh, it's a flower, it's a plant, it's a tea. I don't want to drink it. I don't want to see it. Oh, it's too dark of a color. But no, don't be scared of the color. Be scared of the stuff that basically that could happen to our bodies if we don't try it, or if we don't succeed, or if we don't try to use some stuff that's natural. Because if you think about everybody that's in like the Caribbean, or if you think about everybody that's in a different culture, like what they're doing is they're using the naturalist from the actual ground. So if it grows naturally there, why can't we put it in our bodies too? Why can't we help explore that, and why can't we help figure out what happens to us as well? So the Agriculinary Academy is focusing on doing some workshop and some skill building exercises because we want to build our students as well as develop their personalities as well as develop their professionalism. So we are focusing on workshop skills for like going through and figuring out what's good on the farm. And so I know the one thing that we have coming up is a tech chef challenge that our students are going to be helping mentor some of our high school students to be able to build and actually have a competition on the farm, be able to produce their products and be able to put out a 3-star dish, or even just like 3 dishes period, to be able to make it flow, make it interesting, and figure out what we are going to feature from the farm that's actually growing here. I want to basically build that collaboration by actually enhancing like their learning and having more workshops and having different things on the farm so they can actually go through with the farmers, actually learn with the farmers to actually figure out how this stuff is processing, how this stuff is growing, so then they can take it back to wherever they go, so then they can make almost like a micro garden in their house, or even like on their back porch, or on their front stoop, wherever it might be. But then they can incorporate those aspects into the future and actually expand from there, and they can take it wherever they go.